Hey everybody, it's the Army of Drunks Talking Funny podcast experience. We're back, and so is the shitty mic. Never buy a Yeti. Seriously, I hate this mic. Anyway, our guest today is Doug Ecks, competitive eater, and our drink is the Daiquiri. Unfortunately, we had a little trouble with Doug's mic. Are you getting a theme here? Just don't let it get to you. Sit back, relax, and have a great rest of the summer. This episode of the Army of Drunks is brought to you by 503 Cocktails. Look, we know you're a grown-ass man and or woman. You don't need anyone to look after you, but sometimes you just don't have the time, space, or resources to mix your own damn cocktail. What are you going to do, crack a brewski? Ha! No! 503 Cocktails has you covered. 503 Cocktails are finely mixed cocktails in a can so good, they rival the best mix masters you know. You've got the Wicked Mule, a glorious take on the Moscow Mule with real ginger, and you got the Bloodhound, a dry, refreshing Greyhound cocktail with actual goddamn blood orange infused. They chill up damn fine, and one can has enough gold to pour into 2 glasses with ice, making you a frickin' hero while you refresh yourself and a friend. Available now in Oregon, California, and Nevada, and soon the whole God-loving country. They're delicious, they're convenient, they're 503 Cocktails. Go to 503distilling.com, that's the word 503 and the number distilling.com for more info. 503 Cocktails, 503 Cocktails, 503 Cocktails! Drink them. Warning, the Army of Drunks is not safe for work. It contains inebriated people talking about horrible things that they will later regret. Please listen responsibly.
It's summertime.
This is the 2018 Army Drunk Summer Special.
Yeah. It's actually the entire 2018 show. We're going to pack the whole, what do they call it? Season
Into one show.
Packing all in one show.
Yeah, we only need one.
It's kind of like when, I don't know, one of your favorite network shows, like Facts of Life, wraps up, and then it comes back in a movie a couple of years later.
Yeah.
Made for TV
Either
movie.
that or like House of Cards.
Facts of Life, whatever.
Yeah, same deal.
Yeah.
Deadwood's doing it. Yeah. No, we know our audience. We know
They've got the attention span.
Well, they're busy people.
Yeah. So we're going to give you all of it in one listen.
Yeah, you drink along in the car. It'll be easy. So
on the drive to work in the morning.
And we have a very special guest with us. Is one Mr. Doug Ecks.
Hello.
Hello. Doug is a competitive eater.
Indeed.
Among other things, you've got a rich, full life.
Yes.
You don't define yourself by shoving hot dogs down your throat.
No, I try not to.
Okay.
Although there are a few people that is what I represent.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm okay with that.
Okay. It's summer 18. Everyone's okay with everything. Also, Sport could not make it. Sport
Again.
has to work. We thought about maybe calling her later in the show, hoping to get her fired.
Well, she got that gig working for the Russian government.
Yeah, we haven't been able to talk
shouldn't.
to her since she started working for the Ruskies.
Well, she's the it girl now.
Oh, is she?
no, yeah.
Is
She's
she the one funneling money to the NRA now?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, basically, she's just looking for somebody else with a broken heart.
Well,
And a love of guns.
She's broken ours today, and my love gun has never been more lovely. So, because it's summer, we are drinking a summery drink.
We're drinking in broad daylight.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Where is it in the world, Therm, you'll know this, where the sun doesn't go down, but it's wintertime?
Above the
is
Arctic
that Alaska?
Circle.
You have to be above the Arctic Circle.
Yeah, above the Arctic Circle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything above the
That's
Arctic
actually what
Circle.
defines the Arctic Circle.
And is that also the place where vampire summer? 'Cause
Yeah.
then on the other end of the calendar.
Right.
Yeah.
That's when they get the 28 days of winter.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
In the summer.
Nothing
28 days
but
of night.
yeah.
20 days a night.
So we're drinking daiquiris.
Yeah,
You know what I want to know?
No.
Is where do people go more insane? Because obviously there's a psychological effect of the sun not the circadian rhythms get all fucked up when the sun doesn't go away,
Right.
or if it doesn't come back. So I wonder, do people go crazier
When it's dark?
When it's dark for 28 days,
Or
or
when
do
it's
they go
light?
crazier when it's
When
light?
it's light.
I'm gonna
for
stick my
28
neck
days.
out here, having done zero research. Hang on, let me go do some research right now. Put this on pause. Hey, I'm back.
Hey,
It's
we're
been
back.
3 years.
Check out what Eric pulled out of his butt.
Yeah.
So I know that there is such a thing as called seasonal affect disorder, whereas if you do not get enough sunlight, you can get depressed.
Right.
So I'm going to assume that
it's the dark?
It's the dark that drives people crazy. And if there's too much sunlight, you go inside and you draw the curtains.
Yeah. You got to sort of figure out your you got to work it out for yourself. Do exactly that.
You could close your eyes.
I guess it. Yeah.
Close your eyes,
an amount of time a day.
Oh, sure. I mean, if you want to put a lot of money into it, sure. But we were drinking daiquiris.
Nothing to do
Which
with
is the
Scandinavia or
opposite
death
of heavy metal.
Yep. Well, this is the
Scandinavia.
original daiquiri. I'll say this: that we are not drinking a banana daiquiri or a strawberry daiquiri.
I need to know.
We're not drinking the
Yeah, get some of
mudslide.
that in you. I need to know what's in
Oh
this.
God,
What's
that
going
smells
on?
boozy as shit.
It is boozy as
boozy
shit.
as shit.
Basically, it's much like a gimlet. It is two.
Hemingway.
Yeah, Hemingway liked these. Hemingway liked a very specific version of these, but
Is that what we're drinking? A Hemingway?
nope. We have the ingredients for Hemingway, but this is the classic daiquiri, which is super simple. It is rum, lime juice, and ice. And sugar. And,
it's basically
and
just
a
like
punch
a
in the
gimlet.
face. Kind of, but with rum.
With rum instead of gin.
Yeah. And you can
No
use
wonder it does.
It's so good, but it smells like it's boozy. And I got to say too,
It smells like a solvent.
It does, doesn't it?
It totally smells like a solvent.
but
I
it,
get that with
but
rum.
it drinks like a meal.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to strip a dresser clean and refinish it,
but it is delicious though. Drink that much. I mean, it
It
smells
does smell
like
worse than it tastes.
Oh, real? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
yeah, 2 ounces of rum, an ounce of lime juice, and then half an ounce of simple syrup. And if I can,
you know what it is?
No,
It's if
I
you
don't know
took
what
the
it is.
simple
Actually,
syrup out of
did.
this,
Yeah, you took it's just rum and ice,
yeah,
rum
if
and
you
lime
took the
juice.
simple syrup out of this, it would absolutely.
Eric, the recipe I did was I did 2 ounces of rum,
Okay.
3/4 ounce of lime,
Okay.
half an ounce of simple syrup.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And the simple syrup was a 1-to-1 mix.
Actually, that simple syrup was a 2-to-1. I was
2-to-1, okay, good.
That was a
what I
Demerara
generally try to do.
syrup. It was a Demerara syrup. I never
Demerara.
Demerara syrup, which is actually the preferred simple syrup of tiki drinks.
And this is a you shake this up.
shake this up in a cocktail shaker, pour it
With
out
a-
into your coupe glass,
Yeah.
like we have.
Coop.
But yeah, the rum you use matters, and in fact, if you do some searches online, they
What did
will.
we use?
We used
looked like we used some
Diplomatico.
Francis.
We have
It's a very diplomatic.
Diplomatico.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Look how handsome this bottle is.
yeah,
Yeah.
Diplomatico, the white Diplomatico. What is that? Diplomatico Planas.
Nice.
And we also have as a backup for if we drink our way through that, we have what is it? La Fleur.
Flor de Cana.
Fleur de Cana, which is a much
Jesus.
less expensive rum and is also really quite nice.
no,
you get some
I
pictures
know
of
that,
for the
that
show
trick.
notes.
You start with the nice liquor.
Yeah, and then when
And then
you can't
after a
taste the
couple,
difference,
it doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't
Nope, you can
matter.
use it
You know
back
what?
up.
Do we have any Drano left?
Yeah.
So
We do now.
Listerine.
but
Do we have any vanilla extract?
yeah. And I've been. Have you read Smuggler's Cove by was it? What's the guy who wrote the book on the tiki books?
Oh yeah, the guys.
Michael Kate? Rebecca?
Yeah.
Michael? No, it's not Michael Kate. But it's a book called Smuggler's
a
Cove. He
couple
goes
wrote
into
it,
great
yeah.
detail about rums and the difference in rums. Rums now are so different. They've probably always been different. There's like pot stilled, there's column stilled, there's like aged, there's rum. There's like some are made from the sugarcane juice itself, some are made from molasses. There are so many different kinds of rum that it's almost like as many different kinds of gin there are now, or as many different kinds of wine. So like what you pick to make your cocktail really matters. So like get a kind of rum that you like, and not a spiced one. And this is white rum, but there's no reason you couldn't make one of these with a dark rum. It wouldn't look as
It does
good.
taste great. It does taste like a good summery.
Yeah.
So these are daiquiris.
These are daiquiris. This is
But
the
there's
real
not.
daiquiri.
These are not the daiquiri
No.
that you get at Margaritaville.
Oh fuck no.
They're not frozen fruit daiquiri.
Yeah,
No,
these are
and
not frozen.
Not
although
the frozen
coming
fruit
later.
daiquiris.
okay. So a daiquiri by default is not frozen.
No.
The frozen daiquiri
It is not inherently
is a
frozen.
bullshit daiquiri.
It's a kind of
yes,
daiquiri, I
there is
suppose.
such a thing as a frozen daiquiri, and I don't have the recipe in front of me, but it is
That's
not.
what you get at the sorority girl. drink.
Well, there's something technically called a frozen daiquiri, which isn't. It's real shades of me. But what you're talking about, basically what they call boat drinks, which is like going on a cruise.
Right.
That the sorority girl, like the banana
Oh,
daiquiri, the mudslide.
This is any place you go where you're getting jammed on booze.
Yeah, like a
They're gonna put
TGI
like
Fridays.
half a shot.
Yeah, and
of
then
booze in
maybe
there
it's
and
in
a
a big
Slurpee.
slushy machine
Yeah.
coming out.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
I've been
that's
to one
not
of those
this.
bars. Yeah.
So do you want to hear the history of the actual daiquiri?
Yes, please.
Yeah, and this is not the bullshit sorority bait daiquiri.
Yeah.
This is the real daiquiri. So, okay. as you probably know, rum comes from the Caribbean.
Sure does.
And because that's where they started growing sugar, and when they grew sugar, they had a lot of shit left over, and they're like,
Bullshit.
Yeah. Hey, shut up. What do you know? You got
shotgun contrarian.
You want to be in charge?
Yeah.
I remember my first beer. All right, so they started making rum in all over the Caribbean with like molasses and cane juice and stuff like that, and that was the 1800s when because hey, we got shit left
The
over.
age of piracy.
What can we do with this? Let's make booze, which is everyone's
great idea.
Yeah.
So
around the
anyway,
world.
in 1902-ish, a guy named Jennings Cox. Yeah, already.
There's an apostrophe in his last name?
I wish.
Or there's an apostrophe in his first name.
Yeah, both.
Jennings Cox.
Jennings Cox.
It's like a boardwalk
Jennings
store.
Cox and the world
Yeah.
Cox with him.
Yeah.
So he was in a he'd been in Cuba in the Spanish-American War, and
Anything from the Cox stand, my lady?
there was a mine, iron mine in Daiquiri Bay. There was a beach and iron mine near Santiago de
Okay,
Cuba.
wait, slow down. There's a place called Daiquiri Bay?
Yep.
And it was...
It's the name of the beach.
Okay.
Okay.
So
it's all
this
coming together.
This guy owned the.
See, we not
the
see
iron
where this
mine.
is going.
Yeah. I'm drunk enough. I'm probably getting all of this wrong, but
That's fine.
no one
truth
cares.
now.
Yeah, just read as fast as you can.
So anyway, he apparently he bought this mine, and then the story goes, and when the story goes about how a drink is invented is probably bullshit. If it's
Right.
he was at a party entertaining his swanky friends when
And something ran out.
They ran out of gin. Exactly. So what if I just put rum in with the lime juice, and and then suddenly the daiquiri was invented. And what are we gonna name this? Well, it's by Daiquiri Beach, Daiquiri Bay. Let's call it the Daiquiri. Yeah.
Where is Daiquiri Bay?
I don't know. I didn't Google the map, but
Yeah.
you can at home right
Yeah.
now.
Is there even such place?
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably not.
Enough sources said beyond Wikipedia said it was real that I believed it was real without actually Googling.
Yeah.
Daiquiri
and
Bay.
Google can lie. So, however, there's a lot of people that say that a lot of people who worked at the mine, like engineers, were actually drinking this daiquiris already, which is rum and lime juice and sugar, in a local bar called the Venus Bar. Also, this shit is not that far from Navy Grog, which by that point was rum because there was a
Just
rum ration
rum
in
and
the first day, and they
limes.
put in the limes to
And
fight
water.
scurvy,
So you'll get
and
scurvy
and water.
and
Yeah, grog is
Right.
just water,
Water and rum.
rum, and lime.
Yeah. Well, it might have ended there, but
Were it not for those meddling kids.
those meddling kids were not for Admiral Lucius W. Johnson.
What?
Lucius. Lucius. Right now you're regretting not naming your child Lucius, aren't
Fuck
you?
yeah.
Yeah. So, 1909, he was a U.S. Navy medical officer, and he was stationed in Cuba, and he tried the daiquiri, and. From that moment on,
He
was
went blind.
pissing gold.
Yeah.
Just a shower of gold doubloons coming out of his pee hole. Nope. So Lucius W. Johnson, who became an admiral, which is, by the way, that would be the best. The best reason to go into the Navy is to become an admiral, just so people can call you admiral.
Admiral, yeah.
So actually,
Lucius.
you could just skip going
Isn't
to the
that a
Navy and
character
demand that all
in-
your friends call you admiral.
Yeah, you get a
Yeah.
fun hat. And
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
Lucius,
easily persuaded friends.
Yeah, so he was in Cuba and he tried this thing, and then he brought it to the Army Navy Club in Washington, D.C., where it became popular. And apparently, Lucius tried to get it popular on the West Coast because he's a Navy guy. He, shipped around, didn't take on the West Coast, but took in the Navy bar. Now, it might have stopped there,
you would think.
but apparently in the 20s, F. Scott Fitzgerald mentions it in the novel This Side of Paradise. That's the next reference to it, but it was Ernest Hemingway who really made the motherfucker famous in the 30s and into the 40s, because Hemingway hung out in Cuba at the famous La Floridita bar, which means Little Florida.
Little Florida.
Yeah, and I wonder if there's a Little Florida man there. Just like a guy
There
just...
must be.
like Hervé Villachez.
Yeah, just eating bath salts and,
Yeah.
like
But small amounts.
wrestling
Like
with...
he never gets
he
into
wrestles a
too much
gator.
trouble.
wrestles really small gators.
Yeah. He's a little fella.
Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable.
So So Hemingway got famous for that, and actually he had his own version of the daiquiri there that he sort of had the bartender make for him, called the Papa Doble, meaning the Dad Double, which had twice the rum. It also had a little bit of grapefruit juice and a little bit of maraschino liqueur.
Crushed up an Oxycontin in it.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe a fistful of bullets, because, it was Hemingway.
You just
he was
throw some dirt in it.
Fucking masculine, that guy.
Yeah.
So
We just reach to the ground, just like gravel and dirt, and like a cigarette butt, and you chuck it in there.
Some old razor blades.
Right.
And,
I need the sweat from bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah.
So got popular during World War II, supposedly because of these shortages of gin and whiskey that happened because of, unrestricted submarine warfare.
And nihilism of war.
Nihilism of war.
We're all going to die. I'd just drink that, I guess.
Yeah, we're all going to die.
No,
why,
they did-
why bother making gin?
They did send a lot of hooch to the bottom.
They did. They're probably still there.
Yeah.
But Caribbean, very close by, and also sort of a favored nation status with us. And
Probably because of the booze.
yeah,
Oh, no,
a lot of rum
certainly.
came
Yeah.
from Caribbean.
Yeah.
So the question becomes, when did the daiquiri become stupid? So anyway, by the way, apparently
I'm going to go like somewhere in the 80s.
70s.
70s.
Yep.
Okay.
Somebody's an early
but
adapter.
By the way, fun fact: JFK really loved the original daiquiri. Apparently, that was
Yeah,
one of his
you could
things.
see him drinking like a little bitch. Sure.
Really? So Hemingway drank
He had
like
a
a little
bad
bitch. That's
No,
what you're saying
drinking,
here.
yeah.
That's what you're telling
No,
me.
you're
here.
talking about when it went
Hemingway,
bad.
Like created it, and then JFK
No, the
heard of
original.
it, and
Yeah.
that's why he's
when
drinking it.
Kennedy looked at it, it's like, this would be great if it had 20% less Band-Aids in it. And could you crush some ice in this? Yes, sir, Mr. President.
Yeah.
By the end of the decade.
We drink this drink not because it's easy, but because it's hot. Look at all these Band-Aids. I can't possibly drink that many Band-Aids.
So probably 60s, most probably 70s,
Mm-hmm.
and 70s were the height of the decline of the cocktail.
It really was.
Yeah.
It really was.
That is where,
this-
it's like the high water mark, because it's like the early 70s. You know what the peak was? The
60s.
banger. The
Harvey
banger.
Wallbanger.
The
Harvey
Harvey
Wallbanger.
Wallbanger is the high water mark.
Well, a
and
lot
then
of
everything
people-
after that, the water recedes.
A lot of people lump the Wallbanger in with bad 70s cocktail. We know better.
Shut up.
Yeah.
But I know.
Fucking-
But
Oh yeah, I don't.
Fucking
I don't
shut
know
your
this at
whore
all.
mouth.
the Harvey Wallbanger?
No, I mean, I don't know the Harvey
Oh.
Wallbanger sounds like a herald of the apocalypse of cocktails.
Yeah.
to me.
Harvey Wallbanger is actually delicious, and you should all go back and listen to a Harvey Wallbanger
Yeah,
show. 'cause
either one of
it's,
them.
Yeah, did we do more than one?
No, we did two
We should
Harvey
do one
Wallbanger
every
shows.
year.
Yeah, we should do it. We should do a banger show every fucking
Let's-
year.
I'm free, so we could do one right
Yeah.
after this one.
All right, sounds good.
Do we have some Galliano?
I do.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Run
You
down
should
the
see.
corner,
By the
get some
way,
orange juice.
I'm gonna. There's the picture of the new Army of Drunks bar, the official bar from Army of Drunks that
It's
you
gorgeous.
gotta see.
So
is that
gorgeous.
gonna
The
be on the
fucking
show notes?
wall.
I'll
Yeah, I
take
gotta
a
put that in
picture
the
of it.
show
I'll
notes.
put a
I got a
picture
picture
on the
because
website.
that wasn't.
Fantastic.
It's fucking heroic.
Thank
Your
you.
fucking parents' liquor cabinet sucks balls, dude.
yeah.
Wait till you see this
Yeah,
shit.
what is that? I think we're 5 bottles deep now. Like
Yeah.
in rows of bottles
Yeah.
across this.
I mean, there's probably
20 across.
yeah, 20 across, 5 deep. There's 100 bottles in there. I would say the average cost of those bottles is probably in the 30,
Oh,
30,
fuck,
35.
man, I could have gone to Europe for what that
Yeah.
bar cost me.
Investment.
And then
But
some.
yeah, the 70s, and I don't know exactly why it's also when tiki drinks declined in the 70s. Maybe it was overexposure, overextended. Like people just they just started making everything with shitty syrups.
Sort of, yeah.
So, but yeah, 70s boat drink mudslides, that shitty daiquiris. But it was in the 90s when people began to rediscover cocktails again. Probably when punk went mainstream is when
Yeah.
a bunch of people
Pretty
like,
much.
yeah, when punk going mainstream just kicked a lot of other people into really different zones. It's like they
Mostly heroin.
mostly heroin. But some people develop cocktails, so that's when anyway, rum. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
If you go to a legit liquor store, rum is like there are so many different kinds of rum, and there's so many different based on like aging, based on like black pot stilled rum, bases like overproofs, all this stuff. Stuff made from cane juice, which is called rum.
Yeah, I feel like
agricola.
as a
There's
liquor goes,
dozens and dozens
well,
of
yeah.
kinds of rum.
If you look at like for the rate, vodka is just vodka. Like you can
Yeah.
fucking church it up with like, oh, it's apricot vodka, but vodka's basically
Vodka's
just
vodka.
fucking here.
Yeah.
We're gonna mash a potato until it turns angry.
Right.
Whiskey, you can how much peat versus not peat or whatever, but the range in whiskey. But it feels like rum's a long walk.
Oh, yeah.
Between white rum, there's no light vodka, dark vodka.
No, there is a lot of different fucking rums.
Yeah.
There is a lot of different rums. So if you ever want to go down a rum hole, you should. You should
keep your finger out of my rum hole.
I don't mean your rum hole. Your rum hole was obviously an angry, scared place. But, you know.
My rum hole has teeth.
But,
The rum hole dents you.
Just, again, read the book Smuggler's Cove by Martin
It's a
Cate.
free plug. I've got that as well. It's a great
Yeah,
book.
yeah. If you buy, actually, I think we bought one copy for the show, and then immediately all of us went home and went on Amazon, drunk at the same time. Or like, I have to have this book.
Yep. There's so much good info on rum in there. So
it's possibly one of that Smuggler's Cove book is possibly one of the best books.
It's all about the modern tiki revival, and there's so many good recipes in there.
And just as a piece, as a book to sit there and hold.
Oh,
it's it's everything about that book is magic.
You'll get a little boozy heart on just holding it.
You get a booze chub.
The booze chub. So anyway, real daiquiri, which we've been drinking now, is actually really kind of a sophisticated drink. And if you really want to go down the rum hole, you can pick and choose your rum to do in this, and it would change.
I think a dark rum would do fine in here.
Yeah. Therm, you want to make one with the dark rum next round? Do you want to try that? I got some dark rum to throw at you. So
I will tell you, it has done a really good job of scrubbing the hangover off.
Yeah, Matt showed up. Matt showed up hungover.
No, it's gone now.
Yeah.
We're all set.
Yeah,
we're ready to go.
That's gorgeous.
Well, you know, all this talk about daiquiris and rum it puts me in the mind of something one of our founding fathers once said.
One of them?
Yeah.
Just one?
I think so. It was wait a minute.
Charles Nelson Riley.
No, close though.
Clara Peller.
Yeah, no.
Rodney Allen Rippey.
Close. The Harlem Globetrotters. No, I think it might have been
Sweet Lou Dunbar. Well,
yes. No, I think it was Benjamin fucking Franklin. Benjamin fucking Franklin. Benjamin fucking A. Something French horse. Something $100 bill. A stitch in time saves you 9 bullets in your ass. Benjamin fucking Franklin. Something else for Richard's almanac. Franklin, are you? In wine there is wisdom. In beer there is freedom. And in water there is bacteria. Benjamin fucking Franklin. Benjamin fucking A. Something French horse. Something $100 bill. A stitch in time saves you 9 bullets in your ass. Benjamin fucking Franklin. Something else for Richard's almanac. Franklin, but I got that off the internet. Anyway, you know, every time we do that bet, I'm like, is it time to retire this
Hell
bit?
no.
No, I do not think
that is the most evergreen thing we do.
There's some we've done that kind of fell on their face a little bit, not as, you know, no, this was solid. This
That's like why we still do this bit.
Yep. Well, we're going to take a break.
Anybody listening to that is going, no, you didn't. No, that wasn't very good.
It doesn't matter.
No, we're going to take a little break. We're going to be coming back and talking.
We got our guest.
We got Doug.
Well,
yeah.
Oh, man. And I can tell you, all of us have been giddy with excitement for this guest.
We have so many questions.
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
What you should be is uncomfortable. So this is...
No, we're just going to ask you all the same dumb questions anybody else with like a room temperature IQ has asked you about this.
But we'll be drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Which is where the room temperature IQ comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come and join you.
All right, guys. Well, you are listening to what? The Army of Drunks
Talking Funny Radio podcast.
Come on, stay in your car and keep driving. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Hang on. We'll be right
back. Pour yourself some freshness. Have yourself a Hamm's. Join in the fun of active living. Get with the swing to Hamm's. splash of sky blue water's freshness, the word for hands. Bursting out with freshness, pour yourself a Hamm's beer. Feel a splash of sky blue water's freshness, the word for hands.
Hey everybody, guess what? We've got a new sponsor.
Tell us about our new sponsor.
I will not. No, I will. It is 503 Cocktails from the good people at 503.
We're drinking it now, right?
Cocktails in a can. They've got a Wicked Mule, which is a Moscow mule, but better.
Made with real mules.
And the Bloodhound, a greyhound
made with real dogs. Just kidding, everybody. They're not made with animal products at all.
No, this is from Oregon. And one thing you can know about people from Oregon is that they know booze, and if you're vegan, they won't give you too much shit about it. These are good, by the way.
They are fantastic.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
503 Cocktails. Sometimes you're in a place where you can't mix your own cocktail.
Like the movie theater.
Say, the operating room.
Operating an airline.
Can't mix it there. Nope. You'll draw attention to yourself. This is no longer 2004. Just grabbing a PBR isn't going to cut it.
Nope.
And it's also made with actual vodka, unlike some other little hard beverages that are just beer that's had all the flavor washed out of it, apparently.
Yeah, that's how they
make hard lemonade. One can fills up 2 glasses filled with ice. That's 2 drinks per can.
Mine has an ice cube the size of a baby's head in it.
It does not come with the ice cube, but it's delicious. That's
and
fine. Yeah.
You could shotgun one of these.
Fuck the 3 martini lunch.
503 of these things.
These are currently available in all of Oregon. Why? Because Oregon knows booze. But soon they're coming to California and Nevada, and then later to the entire goddamn country.
And in the time that we've done this ad, I've had a whole one of these.
Go to www.503distilling.com. That's the number 503 and the word distilling and a dot, and then what? Com. It's really good.
I'm really enjoying
that. Went down smooth.
Do we get some more free ones?
503. Drink competitively.
Drink like you mean it.
503. Put it in your head.
And we're back. Hey, everybody. What are you listening to?
Tight as the Beach Boys.
And twice as sexy.
These ones got look at these fucking vegetables hanging out of them.
Thermo. You're listening to Army Drunks Talking Funny Podcast Experience. I'm saying this as though you are just tuning in, but it's a podcast. So
like you were just flipping around the dial on your AM radio. But you don't got any 8-tracks in the car to pop in.
Yeah, Frampton Comes Alive broke back when you were driving through Tempe.
It's still stuck in the player.
Miles
Here,
ago.
Just hand me that.
Someday when
this is the dark room version?
When the format changes and there's a way to just stream multiple podcasts in your house.
Yeah.
And you can switch channels back and forth. We're going to be ahead of the game. We're going to be on top of things. The fact that we announce what podcast we are at the end of every break.
Oh, yeah. We are ahead of the game in ways that most people don't understand.
The dark rum version is fucking killer.
Let me try this.
Yeah, so
the dark rum version crushes the white
rum.
rum.
Therm has given us the dark rum version of the daiquiri.
Hey, so
we got a guest.
With us is Doug Ecks, a competitive eater.
Good evening.
And we have a lot of questions. He's gonna, you're gonna get us inside the world of competitive eating.
Competitive evening.
The competitive evening contest.
How even is this?
Competitive evening where?
Yeah. Who brought the Harvey's Bristol Cream? Because it's a competitive evening. Doug. So,
hello.
I have a list of your
Let's read his bona fides.
Well,
my little CV.
Your little CV.
Nappies.
Let me tell you, some of the things that you have competitively eaten contests include the Baked Bear World Ice Cream Sandwich Eating Championship, Salvation Army National Donut Day, where, by the way...
Wow, that is a mouthful.
San Pedro Fish Market World Famous Shrimp Eating Contest.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Fish eating?
I ate on a battleship for that.
Down the Iowa?
The battleship.
The Iowa?
More specifically, the Iowa.
John's Incredible Pizza World Pizza Eating Contest. Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Qualifier Round.
Okay, so you didn't get on the Coney Island.
No, not
That's
yet.
like the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that is the Super Bowl.
That is the Super Bowl.
That's a goddamn Super Bowl. Daily Food. This is one of my favorites. Daily Foods World gyoza eating contest.
I know. We were talking about this before the show.
77 gyoza in 10 minutes.
Yes.
We were talking about we don't know.
Oh wait, did you go on to see what the winner ate?
No, don't put yourself down. But what the winner ate?
We'll get there then.
All right.
Because we were talking about this because obviously we know nothing of this, like everything else. We're like children exploring their environment. But we thought that the gyoza would be one of the best rapid eating foods because it's all aerodynamically shaped. It's naturally a little slippery. Like those things just go down.
Yeah.
Can you just swallow? Do you even have to chew them?
You see huge numbers.
You gotta be putting up big numbers on the gyoza.
Yeah. A lot of competitors would just call it's really a capacity contest. Whereas a lot of
we were right.
A lot of contests are, you have to have technique. You have to figure out,
these are just
traditionally,
popping right down.
Yeah, what do I do with the bun? What do I do with the dog? But with gyoza, it's
just right down the hatch.
Yeah.
It's like the drag racing of.
Do you do it? Have you done eggs? Have you done Cool Hand Luke style?
I have not. I do want to do that as a training.
Yeah. Does anybody do like a Cool Hand Luke homage?
Well, Sonia Thomas currently has the egg record. I will have to look up the exact number.
The fact that there's an egg record, and 2, you knew right off the top of your head who it was.
She trounced Cool Hand Luke. Like Cool Hand Luke was 50 in an hour, and I think she did that maybe in 7 minutes or something like that.
No kidding.
And I'm speaking generally.
Let's take a step back. How did you start?
At what age?
Competitive eating.
And get into competitive eating.
It's so crazy to think about this, but it was about 10 years ago, and there was a special on MTV called remember
MTV Eats.
MTV used to do a show called My Life or
My So-Called Life.
No, a different show. There was like a they did like
My
an hour.
Desperate Need for Attention. I love that show.
And essentially it was that. It was an hour-long documentary on people that had different lifestyles or whatever. It's like I'm a pro wrestler, or I'm a competitive eater in this case. And they did a documentary where they followed Tim, Eater X Janice. They followed Takeru Kobayashi, and it was just a fascinating documentary to me. And
Kobayashi's the one that's got the big name. You can fit everything I know into a thimble, but that's the guy that's crushed it at the Nathan's thing.
He had a very, very there is a Kobayashi era of the Nathan's competitive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I'm even as a
layman,
ignorant, I know that.
Layman.
So Kobayashi marks the transition between you have your big classic big eaters big guys with the
it seems like it is the people get smaller.
Yeah, and they're getting smaller now. So Kobayashi was the first. It was like, oh, this tiny man from Japan, and then he kills everybody, and everyone's like, okay, we got to change our technique.
I've noticed that again. As time has gone on, you would think the people that were in eating contests would be these big
watching the Nathan's contest, you notice that a lot of these people are super fit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few
so
stereotypical heavy dudes, and they make jokes about that, but a lot of these people seem like they're talking like athletes. They're doing the whole thing. Is that common?
Yeah, it's the new normal. Maybe post Kobayashi, but definitely in modern times, the best eaters have to stay fit. There's a talk of the fat belt, which is if you get overweight to a certain point, that weight, that fat around your belly
is a liability.
Yeah, it constricts your stomach.
Less space. Yeah.
So if you look at one of the skinny eaters after the match, he has this huge
like an anaconda that just ate a deer.
Yeah. They have in the shape of a gyoza is in the middle of their body.
So let me ask you. So what was your first? So you saw MTV.
Yes.
You're like, this is I want to shovel large quantities of hot dogs into my face.
Yes.
And what was your first eating contest?
It was the Nathan's hot dog qualifier in Las Vegas in 2008.
And had you done preparation?
So you're 10 years in on the game.
As far as I knew, I did some preparation for it. But
okay, let's.
But you learn after a while, what's real and what's not, and
how do you train for this? What do you? Okay, so is this do you have to do this year round, or is this a 5 days out thing?
Well, ideally, it's if you prepared for, I mean, I'm speaking more personally. Like, I think like a month.
Yeah, so
or maybe a little bit more will get you into the.
Okay, so is that how much time a day do you have to devote to that?
Well, it could be a lot because, like, if you're, it's getting your stomach capacity as large as it can be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like eating as much as you can, and then there's several hours after that where you just have to deal with that.
Okay, so
so it could be
that's fair.
It could be a lot of your day.
So that's my next big question. So, like, when you're sitting down and you're shoveling whatever 100 fucking hot dogs down your neck, the thing that I think, let's just get it out early, which is what's the post, like, what happens? You've just shoved like 6,000 calories worth of shit down your neck. Then what?
Yeah.
Well,
what's what does everybody just go to sleep? Do you throw it up?
There's this great culture, like, after contests. There's like an after party. People go get drinks and people go hang out. Very rarely is there any
purging.
Yeah.
What is
so they call
that
going to the after party and just being like, oh God, like I don't feel like talking.
No, that would have been my
anybody.
question. Is like, does everybody just go back to their hotel room afterwards and you don't see anybody
curl
until
up
the next
into
day?
a ball?
So that's an
and-
interesting thing. It's like, no,
Yeah.
people still.
Yeah, what do you do like after you've shoved 100
getting
fucking hot
appetizers
dogs
at
in
the
your
bar.
gut? Then what happens?
For me personally, there's like maybe there's like 30 minutes to an hour of like, all right, okay.
I'll be with you. In, yeah.
A lot of sighing.
A lot of heavy breathing.
A lot of a lot of
Like
just,
like when you get really drunk, that you make that
yeah.
horse noise.
Yeah. Or but then you get a snow cone in you and you're ready to go.
Yeah. So
just burp.
So when they
for ice cream.
The best version of this is so upcoming in August. There's the gyoza eating contest in Los Angeles at Little Tokyo.
Okay.
And those guys put on perhaps the best competition of the year. Like,
Really?
If
better than Nathan's.
Well, like, I haven't been to Nathan's, so I don't exactly know. But like, if Nathan's is the Super Bowl, this is like the All-Star Game, or like this.
It's like the World Cup.
Yeah. Well, this one's so much more fun, and like people, and there's maybe a little less pressure, but like the people who put it on have such a love for this thing, and so like. Unlike any other contest, it's like, well, what kind of water would you want? Do you want warm water or cold water? Do you want a beer after the contest? Do you want a soda? And like, we're gonna
it's really artist driven.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And like, well, we're after parties over here, and then we're gonna go to karaoke, and then we're gonna have late night dinner, and like. But like, that was my.
People must get just trashed.
Oh gosh, it's so fun. Yeah.
Really? That's really.
So
hits our
and
audience.
then you could also imagine if you are a competitive eater, you probably have it in you to be a competitive drinker.
Right. Sure. We're definitely good at that part.
What is your personal like stomach stretching? It sounds like there's a stomach stretching regimen. It's like, what do you do? I mean, is it without gaining dozens of pounds every time you're like, I mean, do you just like eat a whole bunch of paper towels and wash it down with some water?
And you want it to be bounty, so like it has more
It's a quicker
power.
picker upper.
Roughage.
Well, a lot of like there's water training, but you do want to be careful of that because there is water poisoning.
Yeah.
As made famous in that. Have you heard of the Wii?
Yes.
Yeah, the
Wii
classic
for a Wii?
Wii
Yeah.
for a Wii.
Yeah. The DJs who accidentally poisoned someone in a water drinking contest.
Yeah,
And they
oops.
died. Yeah.
So you want to keep track of your electrolytes and stuff like that, and then like a lot of it's just like. If you make it intermittent fasting, you just press all of your meals of a day into one thing.
Okay.
But like the human stomach at rest is about 30 ounces.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to, 30 ounces, maybe 2 pounds, but you want to stretch that as far as it goes. So yeah, I'll like drink a lot of liquid, like have a huge meal, drink as much liquid as possible after that, and then try and sit with it as long as I possibly can.
Okay. Have you had any mishaps in your training?
Oh yeah.
You ever
certainly.
thrown up while you were in the middle of a thing?
In the middle of a contest?
Yeah.
No.
That's called a reversal, right?
Yeah, there's a few names for it. There's reversal, which is short for reversal of fortune. There is the Roman incident, and then less used is Elvis has left the building.
Oh,
That would be more you.
Yeah, Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And there's incredible announcers that do the play-by-play that'll keep that going. So I've done gyoza a handful of times, and there was this one time I was going at gyoza as hard as I could, and there was this lady to my right that just was square staring at me. Like she just 90 degrees looking over here, and I was wondering what was going on, and there was also like, hey, how you doing? And then I found out.
Hook up later?
Well. Yeah. The competitor next to her had reversed.
Oh.
So that was the only reason.
She's got to stay in the game.
She wasn't looking at you. She was looking
away
from.
Yeah.
I got you.
She was very locked and concentrated on the scene.
Yeah, because I can imagine that would really take you off your game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could
a chain reaction.
Yeah, I imagine
you're already on the brink. You've pushed yourself. Mm-hmm. You've got too much in there. Your brain, there's probably some part of your brain that's like, let's get rid of this now. And then there's the trigger smell of somebody fucking yakking next to you.
So I think, like the advantage that the top eaters have is that part of their brain
just doesn't exist.
Is not there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they have just this biological advantage where... Yeah, that my stomach will probably never
it's
be
just
that
like
big.
that sprinter muscle, in the back.
Yeah, is it like some people just biologically predisposed to being better?
I think so. I mean, none of this is confirmed or anything. There was a rumor that Kobayashi started that his stomach, and I don't know if it's rumor, maybe he went to the doctor and this happened, but his stomach is lower than the average stomach, so it has more room to go up.
Okay.
That's completely plausible sounding.
Into the neck of the bottle.
What? So it starts to squeeze at his lungs until he eventually blacks out? I mean, is that what? Oh, well, good, better. I can think of worse ways to black out.
Yeah.
So when you're getting ready, all right, so let's say you've got Saturday at noon is the competition.
Okay.
Do you not eat for a bunch of time before then, or do you want to eat a lot and purge?
You want to make sure...
What's your game plan?
You have to eat early enough that ideally it's out of the system by the time you eat again.
Right.
So something like that's maybe like 24 hours.
Okay, yeah.
Or a little less. Because even though it's the food you ate is in your intestines, that's still space in your abdomen that can go.
So let me ask
you
this. Well, I got two questions. What do you, because I feel like I asked this, but then I didn't, I was drunk through the answer.
Sure.
What do you use? What's the common thing to expand your stomach to its maximum size? Are you eating rice? Are you eating anything? What is there a common training tool?
There is a common one. There's the idea that cabbage takes a long time to digest.
Okay.
Like cabbage, and then
not the answer I was expecting.
And then it's roughage, and then also like it absorbs. So like if you eat as much cabbage as possible, that gives you the longest amount of time in your stomach to stretch it out. And then like so cabbage, and then drinking as much water, but like Powerade Zero is pretty popular on the circuit.
Okay.
Just as something that has electrolytes.
Right.
What would you have guessed?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
This is why this show has been like one we've all been looking forward to. Because it's like there's so many awesome questions you can ask here.
I would have guessed dry rice.
Dry rice,
yeah. And then like
I was
going to
say like something like bread that expands,
oatmeal,
like
dry oatmeal,
something like real heavy.
Mm-hmm. I do have another question.
You and your questions, Therm.
When I was living in Japan, a friend of mine there was like a curry place that they had a thing of like, if you can eat the 1 kilogram of rice plus curry in 20 minutes.
I still don't have that in my head. Like 1 kilogram is...
It's like 2 to 3 pounds.
How many kilograms is it?
It's a couple of pounds.
I feel like I saw a curry challenge that was like upwards of 5 pounds.
If you asked me sober, I would have been good on this. But,
sure, we're all right.
But the point being, I've seen this guy eat before, and he can eat a whole bunch. But when he sat down to do that, he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this in the 20 minutes, and because the food was too hot.
Oh yeah.
He ate a bit. And then had a chance for his, hunger reflex to kick in.
Stomach to catch up,
and say, okay, I'm not hungry anymore, before he could actually finish all the food because it was too hot. Do you have issues like that, or...?
I have had issues like that with different challenges. You go in excited, and then like So there's that common notion that your stomach takes like 30 minutes to catch up to your brain as far as like knowing you're full.
Yeah.
And then I was saying
so that's your 30-minute window of like to pack it in.
Yeah. So like for these things, the contests are about 10 minutes, but for like restaurant challenges, you have like an hour or so to finish it. And I think that's something that the high-level eaters can turn that off. I've had issues with it. Like I forgot how big this burger was. It was a burger about 15 inches in diameter in Las Vegas.
Pizza-sized burger.
A pizza-sized burger, and I went crazy on it for 15 minutes, and then very much slows after that.
When food that is prepared for being eaten competitively, I can't imagine they spend too much time on the taste. Is blandness and do you want food that is like, is there an optimum lack of flavor and ambient, like the temperature that it's at? Okay. Is there like guidelines for what the window is on this?
The thing you want to that reminds me of is there's the idea of flavor fatigue. So if depending on how long the contest is, you want something to break up that taste.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
But as far as the food quality goes, it's always been great.
Of all the contests you've done, what was the one where the first bite went in your mouth, you were like, holy shit, that's delicious?
Oh shoot. I mean,
you're not eating for taste at that point.
No, but I'm just curious. At some point, there's a little monkey in the back of your head.
Yeah, there's a thing where you have to disconnect it. But yeah, there's moments where it is really great. I say my favorite contest is the Baked Bear ice cream sandwich eating contest.
Yeah, it's a fucking, you can't fuck with an ice cream sandwich.
It's just ice cream and...
Who's ever had a bad ice cream sandwich?
No one. Yeah. No one ever.
Yeah. And these are they have a location in La Cañada?
Yeah. Okay.
Does that end have an Inye?
Yeah.
Flint Ridge.
Yeah. It's up the street.
You can see how delicious they are. They do real good stuff.
So I was watching.
Do you get brain freeze on that one?
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So the story on that, so like the cookies are connected to the ice cream, which makes them incredibly hard.
Right.
So you're ripping through them with your teeth. And that hurts a lot for about 2 minutes.
Right. And then
then your mouth is completely numb because you're doing nothing but eating frozen.
How many of those ice cream sandwiches do you get down?
Oh, shoot. Do you have that down on your...
Can we look that up?
14 pounds, it says? You ate 14 pounds?
Jesus Christ.
That's 14 sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
They're not a pound I mean, they're probably about a pound each.
Holy shit. That's a big ice cream sandwich.
So I'm watching the Nathan's thing, and I'm noticing there's cups of water up there, and people are dipping things in water. Like, what is the what are the techniques when you get in the middle of one of these competitions? You can some of them seem you can dip stuff in water before you eat it. Some of them you can't.
Some of them you can't. Yeah, it depends on the
food amount of bread, I would imagine.
Yeah, for the Nathan's hot dog contest, when you dip it in, when you dip the bun in water.
It seems like the bun is bullshit for the Nathan's competition. It'd just be like a tray of weenies.
There are some contests that are just the hot dog, and I don't know. It doesn't feel
feel
the same.
Right. Yeah,
doesn't feel right.
It's not proper.
You can just choke down a hot dog whole like a porn star.
Yeah. Who orders a bunless hot dog?
So to contend with the bun,
who eats 75 hot dogs to make a point?
Yeah.
So the reason they dip the bun. And that gets rid of... So most of bread is air.
Right.
So you're dipping it to, like, get rid of that air. And then if you notice, if you watch the broadcast on ESPN, they'll have, like, one or two dogs and then shove down the bun, and that acts like that's washing it down.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like the cotton in the back of a shotgun shell, like when they're packing a shotgun shell. Yeah, the wadding.
Yep.
So okay. What is it for you that's going to be like the next holy grail of,
what's the future?
Your competitive eating?
Well, I have not made it to Coney Island yet.
Okay.
So to make it to Coney Island, you have to there's qualifiers all around the country throughout the year, and you have to win one of those, and there's a limited amount of seats at the Coney Island thing. So, like, the way it goes right now, I probably have to eat 30 to 35 dogs to qualify.
And how much of a span of time? 1 minute?
In 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Wow.
Christ.
I am currently at 17.
Yeah.
But really, I could probably get more serious.
You gotta double
about
it
this
up.
sport. Yeah, I do have to double that up.
And so, are you daunted by this? How do you view the future of reaching Nathan's?
I mean, it's kind of one of those. I don't know. I feel like it's like someone saying yes to a marathon, or just like,
yeah,
if I really commit myself and actually get to training, because like I've been doing this for several years, but it's honestly it's been more fun than
work.
It's like a serious thing.
You know, if I really commit to the training of eating 35
hot dogs.
Like a marathon, let's see, I'm going to have to start by running maybe 3 miles
up
a
at
day.
The dewy crack of dawn.
It's going to hurt. I'm going to go through about 6 pairs of shoes in the process. Then I'm up to 10 miles. Okay, when I reach 10 miles, I'm going to know it's going to be rough on my, or I'm going to eat a bunch of hot dogs.
And see how many hot dogs I could eat.
Yeah.
No, but
that plantar fasciitis is going to fuck up your hot dog game.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if you went up the Major League Eating rankings, there's literally professional eaters.
Yeah.
That's all
what
they do.
What kind of living can you make?
Yeah, what do those guys knock down a year?
Oh shoot! Well, I forgot what the figures were. But you I think like the Nathan's prize purse is like in 6 figures.
Holy shit! It's $100 grand.
It's a lot going around.
But yeah, what's an average?
On average,
if you're in the game, if you're in the life, and you're basically you're not fucking taking Nathan's or whatever, but you're in the game. Like, what do you think somebody like that makes a year? It's like $50 grand.
Okay. I think like on average, like the top eaters are making, quite a bit of money.
6 figure.
I would say like
high fives.
50,000.
50. So 50 grand. So basically, you're making like low middle management money at a
But I bet
chain
if you're
place.
top eater, they're flying you out there. They're putting you up. There's
probably a lot of perks.
Yeah. And if nothing, you get all those free hot dogs. That's how I. So the first contest I did was the 2008 qualifier in Las Vegas, and that was where I did 12 hot dogs in 12 minutes or something like that.
Hot dog a minute.
And then Joey Chestnut, this was early in his career, he broke the American record that day with 50. And what's great was like all my friends showed up to like cheer me on, and then like as the contest kept going,
it was like Karate Kid.
They kept slowly sliding over to like look at this guy.
Yeah. I got one more question before we wrap it
No,
up.
I got a question too, so you go first.
All right. Is there a competitive eating equivalent of a doping scandal?
Ooh.
Like, is there a place where it got like
a purging scandal?
Yeah. Wait, is there any way that you could cheat at this, or is there a process by which that maybe there wasn't a rule before that somebody said, we got to make this a rule?
Put this in place.
That's a good question.
There's a few moments that you could see, and if you follow the
legitimacy of the sport being stretched,
you follow the sport, and you're like, oh wow, that's weird. There's.
You mean like all of it?
Well, yes, a lot of it's weird, but most of it's legit. At the very base of it, there's the in competitive eating, there's picnic rules.
Go on.
Which is how you would eat. You would like. Picnic rules means you can't separate the hot dog and the bun. You have to eat it as it's presented.
As it's presented.
I love that it's called picnic rules.
I know.
It's so
like my nipples got a little hard when you said picnic rules.
And then so, Kobayashi is made famous for kind of originating this, but like people have done it before. But then you separate it because that makes it faster, and then you get these bigger numbers. And then it's so great. One of my favorite things before I really got into the sport was like I'd go on YouTube and watch a bunch of stuff, and there's like Zapruder films of people at hot dog contests, like where did that third hot dog go?
Oh, where they just leave it?
if you watch and slow frame by frame video of a hot dog disappearing, or
they just shoving up their shirt sleeve or whatever.
I don't know. I mean,
I knew there had to be some way to cheat at this. Anytime you're putting fucking people up to a competitive anything, some asshole
there's
will
a
cheat at
dog
it.
under the table.
Yeah, just every third dog, there's a fucking golden retriever under the table eating.
And this is a story of another story of someone I heard tell this story, but like there's Pocketgate.
Pocketgate.
And I was just like, oh yeah, oh he just put a hot dog in his pocket. I was like, why? And they asked him, I was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess I just did that. I forgot.
Has anybody forgotten that?
I thought it was the one I brought with me.
I thought that was just like a shoplifting excuse.
Yeah. I thought that was mine.
I love it. It's just such a shitty line because you put a hot dog in your pocket. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Has anyone?
I don't know.
Has there any been interspecies competition where a human goes up against like a golden retriever?
Yes.
Oh,
really?
Tell me everything.
Oh my god! It was televised on Fox.
It's like John Henry, man, but for eating.
It was on Fox Television on,
of course, the Ocho,
like 1995-ish. But it was Kobayashi versus the Kodiak Bear.
What?
Who won?
And they had a hot dog eating contest, and it was just like plain hot dogs, no buns.
Okay. And did the bear know this? Did the bear know he was competing?
They starved the bear for like a couple of days. Yeah, so wondered like the bear didn't just jump over the table and just Kobayashi's whole head. There was 100% chance that could have happened.
So I went to a screening of this. There's an amazing documentary on this world called Hungry, and it's available online. It goes into Kobayashi, the world of competitive eating, and the fact that Kobayashi is not in the MLE anymore. That's a fun little thing.
We're gonna be watching this.
Check it out. Yeah, it's going in the show notes.
But in the Q&A for that, this was at what was once called the Cine Family, and he would tell the story like before they filmed, they did like a test run, and he beat the bear.
No shit.
But it was because the bear doesn't know. Like
the bear doesn't
know there's a game on.
You put hot dogs in front of a bear.
It's like a bear.
Yeah, the bear has no idea he's going for time.
Right.
Accuracy.
But the official televised version is that the Kodiak Bear beat Kobayashi.
No shit. But that didn't really happen.
Eating a handful of
Makes me sad.
Quite a bit.
You know they starved the fuck out of that bear.
Oh yeah. Oh, they doped the bear too.
They doped the bear up.
So before we wrap up,
let's get your last question in.
Like I guess the big question I have is I'm not sure how to phrase this, but so I'm going to try to phrase this as
inartfully
as possible.
Form of a question.
Why? What is it about competitive eating, whether it's the whole just environment of it or it's just the shoveling stuff down your throat? What is it that made you that keeps you in it? You know, that keeps you doing
love of the game.
Yeah, I don't know, like, cause there's definitely a part of me that doesn't know restraint or like.
You're in good company here.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think you know exactly what I mean. Like like I get the hottest wings, and then halfway through realize that this isn't delicious or fun. What am I doing? But I wanted it, and I eat to my limits because
that's every single show we've done. Metaphorically,
and that's like it's just a fun part of my psyche that I'm like trying to, reconcile. Where it's like, I do eat far more than I need. So a lot of it is that version of that. It's just that I don't have that certain control, and I want to see what that brings me. The second part is the pageantry of it. I think is fantastic.
It's a show. Yeah,
there is a pro wrestling element to this sport that 100%. I love, and that's the only thing I thrive on. As like I'm like in the 40s as far as the 50 ranked eaters. And it's just like, well, I show up with a costume, so that's kind of fun.
Do you wear cape?
Nice. Oh, do you?
No, I have my eating tights and this kind of villain.
I have an eating shirt.
Do you have a persona? Are you a heel or are you a
I have a persona. Cerberus is the name of my...
Awesome.
Who is the guardian of the circle of hell where all the gluttons go.
Yeah.
Nice. It's very thought through.
Yes. All right. Well, 3 heads eat 3 times as much.
Totally going to this gyoza thing.
Yeah. We're going to the gyoza thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. Okay. Oh, and the community is so fantastic. So fantastic.
So what is your next competitive... What is your next contest?
What's your next gig?
Well, there's gyoza in...
What's the date on that? We gotta go to this shit.
Yeah, Gyoza is in LA. It's one of the best shows in the world.
Yeah, this sounds so rad.
And golly gosh darn it. Give me just a moment.
We're a podcast. You can swear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like that he's not, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a habit of mine. August 18th.
August 18th. Ah, shit. I'll be at fucking.
Seemingly the best in the world will be there. Last year we had.
You guys gotta go to that.
All right. So that being the all-star game of the eating competition. The table might be full, and I might just be there spectating.
Well, either way,
but then I'll be the.
This sounds like a rad way.
But then I'll be the perfect host in the VIP section, and we'll figure it all out.
Color commentator. All right. Well, I feel full, and I don't know why, but all
right. Let's go to
CBIT. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Doug.
What a great guest.
Hang around for an extra.
We're the best guest ever.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and this is still
we'll be right back.
Here's salad. We'll be back.
Here's some fake ads, jerks.
No, we got real ads.
Oh, wait a minute. We got real ads. Here, listen to some real ass ads.
Yeah, no, buy this stuff. It's good. We like it.
Yourself some freshness, have yourself a hands. Join in the fun of active living, get with the swing to hands. Feel the splash of sky blue waters, freshness, the word for hands.
Hey, everybody, we're back to talk about 503 cocktails.
503 cocktails.
503 cocktails. Right now, we're drinking the Bloodhound, which is...
So let's say you're out in the wild. Maybe you're at a sporting event. Maybe you're doing Giroduty.
And what you want right that very moment is what?
A well-mixed cocktail. But let's say you've only got one hand.
What do?
Pop the top on a can. That must mean I could only drink beer. But wait.
There's something, something called 503 cocktails, which are actually damn good cocktails.
They're cocktails in a can. Already made. It's like having your own little Mixmaster Therm with a ring around it that can kill dolphins.
Therm can kill dolphins.
Yeah, Therm has totally wrestled a dolphin. Once he get that first taste of dolphin blood, Therm has been swimming the sea ever since. Fighting dolphins.
This is not a show. This is an intervention. We brought you here because we care about you, and we care about 503 cocktails.
And so if you like to wrestle a dolphin,
the Wicked Mule has real ginger in it. The Bloodhound, which you're drinking right now, has real grapefruit and real blood orange.
No hounds were killed in the making of this drink.
It's also made with actual vodka, not just some sort of malt beverage that's been bleached out so it tastes like nothing.
Zima.
So hey, go to 503distilling.com.
After a long day of wrestling dolphins, if you got that deep down body thirst and you need a cocktail in a can.
And you will. 503 cocktails. Go to 503distilling.com. Right now these are available in Oregon. They're coming to California, Nevada in August, and then after that, the whole fucking planet.
The world.
503 cocktails. Cocktails in a can.
Or else.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
Food in my
Our
mouth.
guest is Mr. Doug Ecks, competitive eater. Our drink is the daiquiri. Therm's making banana daiquiris right now, which I know we're all going to feel awkward about.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
You're for it?
I have a great history.
All right.
Fair enough.
Is there a banana? Let me just to roll over from the last bit. Is there a banana eating contest? Do you know about? That seems like the kind of thing that would be a...
That seems like there'd be a radioactivity issue because bananas have the potassium in bananas like. Bananas have like lots and lots. That seems like a big
So
Yeah,
when I heard
we'll
you say radioactivity, and this is awful because the first thing I thought of is that it sounds like a morning show challenge. Like,
Yeah.
how many bananas can this guy eat in 20 minutes for tickets to Creed?
Yeah.
But honestly,
Zing.
the last time I saw a banana eating contest, it was a all nude strip club in North Hills, California.
Okay.
Yeah, make it
So
out.
it was that kind of banana eating. It was less about volume and more about technique.
No. If you won, you got a free VIP.
Well,
I don't. I'm too deep into this world, and perhaps I said too much.
Well, Matt.
No, you can't do either.
Matt, I think it might be time. To ask.
He looks a little irritated.
I think it might be time to ask what's in Shaw's craw.
What's John's craw? What's John's craw? There's something John's craw that's eating its way straight into his soul, and he's gonna spew that kind of bile coming out of here right now! I mean now! Shaw's fucking craw!
Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised you noticed. I try to keep these things under the surface, but it's all what's going on in my head and whatnot. But
Yeah.
It's been worse. It's not so bad. Things aren't so bad.
Really?
You good?
Cars. I just got. One of my vehicles wasn't running, and I just got it fixed. So I've got more than one running vehicle at this point.
And you're one guy.
All the bills are up to date.
How's your credit rating?
Yeah, it's good. It's in the 7-something.
Okay.
Real good.
Yeah.
Well.
So everything's cool?
Yeah, it's good. I'm good. How are you?
Not bad.
That's what's in Shaw's craw! That's what's in Shaw's craw! Things are actually going pretty good! He's got 2 vehicles! And his credit rating's up in the high 700! And you know what? His health is actually pretty alright! Things are looking good! Shaw's fucking craw!
Whoa!
So,
banana daiquiris!
Yeah. See,
Therm just brought us the banana
daiquiri. This is how much Therm loves me and knows me.
Therm, and by the way, this is supposed to have like orange juice in it or something.
Oh, son of a bitch, that's good.
Whoa.
By the way, I did this.
Spoiler.
If you look
I'm
at,
so glad.
Why
were we drinking these the whole night?
Because we're not fucking sorority girls. We're not goddamn children. That's why.
It doesn't matter. This is awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't want to put up those walls.
Shaft, I'm constantly saying, I don't want to do this. I don't like bananas. I just like it. At least it won't be as bad as the fuzzy navels, but that's the only thing I'll say for it.
Yeah, Therm was kicking up high hell over having to do a banana daiquiri.
Dude, this is fucking great.
This is a fantastic.
Now, Therm, what is in this banana daiquiri? Because this is not a regular banana daiquiri.
Hit us.
This
Hit
is
us
a
with it.
Therm.
There's real bananas in here, probably.
This is 2 bananas, dark rum, light rum, and lime juice, and simple syrup.
And simple syrup.
Yeah.
So if you want to make your own banana daiquiri, 2 bananas, dark rum, if you can
I
figure out what the
was
ratios are right
skeptical.
now.
I've got them. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
We'll put it on the show notes.
I was super fucking skeptical, but then I heard the blender going and the Pavlovian reaction kicked in. I'm like, shit, I should have got one.
Yeah.
And it's the best thing we've drank all day.
This is awesome.
Yeah, this is really nice.
It's
John
not. I
Hemingway.
would have not put my money on that as the winner.
John Henry right now?
I meant to say
John Lennon?
Who's that Hemingway guy we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Ernie Hemingway.
Oh, big Ernie.
We got to wrap this
Ernest
up.
goes to Hemingway.
Because by the way, Buck's got to go buy a car right now.
Yeah, I got to go
Never
buy.
was driving drunk. Never get behind the wheel of a car drunk.
Yeah.
He has to go buy a car.
Yeah.
Purchase a car drunk.
Yeah.
So
I'm working on another level than you.
Yeah.
So 2018.
Make your mark
That's when we're recording. If you're listening to this later, because all our shows are designed to be listened to at any time, because they're all history of booze. But we are going to give you a little 2018 summer time capsule.
The odds are, based on what's happened so far,
late July,
the odds are good that you are one of the necromancers that have found this in a time capsule buried under the waste of what used to be society.
Yeah. And so we're going to play one of our favorite games, which is Name That Sex Act, or Sex Act That
From
name.
back in the before times when you weren't trading ketchup packets as currency.
Right.
Back
before radiation made erections impossible.
Yeah.
So
just taping your dick to a fucking stick.
And what we do is we so we're going to take some
things from the news,
concepts that are in the news,
and you are going to make the sex act. You at home,
although we'll probably end up doing it.
We'll probably come up with a couple.
We'll do a little bit, but
what's our
an email.
first thing you're going to want to do?
I explain this every time. So if someone says, "What's the Dirty Sanchez?" You know, there's a sex act, and its name is Dirty Sanchez. We're going to throw the name out there, and then we'll come up with.
So
the
way that you play this game is first thing you have to do is join our super secret Facebook page, which
the Army of Drunks Super Secret Podcast Fun Club page.
Yeah. So basically, look up Army of Drunks on your Facebook,
and the person who gets the best one one will get a prize, a sticker pack.
I'll be honest. I wish we could steer away from Facebook. I wish
I
we
do too.
I wish we could get
too,
our
but
own
we
little situation. But
At least we'll start migrating to me.
Well, that's
sure.
That brings us to the first.
All 200 of our fans currently are aggregated there.
That'll bring us to our first sex act, which is what is
the Mark Zuckerberg?
The Mark Zuckerberg.
Man.
All right.
I've got it. Okay, Mark Zuckerberg is when one person having sex with another person, and one of the people says, "Hey, this isn't good. You should stop." And Mark and the other person says, "I'm taking your feedback under consideration, and I've really listened to you,
right?
And I'm going to stop."
Going to continue doing exactly.
And then one of those people loses $14 billion in an afternoon.
What is the sex act known as? The Thai cave rescue.
Oh, it involves a submarine that doesn't work.
The Thai cave rescue.
The Thai cave
rescue, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got to come up with that. If you've got a good one for that,
if you can come up with the best Thai cave rescue on our Facebook page, you'll get a prize. But I feel like that's if you lose something up an orifice and you have to call in somebody else to get it out.
And they might die in the process of retrieving it.
No, and you get a team to show up and get it out,
and
then
somehow or another, Elon Musk finds a way to be a total dick about it.
So
the Cohen flip.
What is the sex act known as?
What's the Cohen flip?
What's the Cohen flip?
Yeah.
So first off, the dude has to be circumcised.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! You had to go Jew with it.
Yeah.
That's everybody.
Cohen the Barbarian.
Oh, there's too much. It's making me sad.
We don't have one.
No, we don't have one. But you got to come up with it.
It's there. You guys email us. It's.
You get a prize.
Let us know.
The answer to that question exists. We just don't have it right now.
Are we gonna admit defeat on the Cohen flip?
Yeah, we're gonna be admit defeat.
All right, we're tabling the Cohen flip.
Yeah.
If you and go to our Funcast podcast through haha page cast.
The fun.
You wouldn't let me call it the Mirthcast before, but
now it's the Funcast.
If it makes you feel any better, I have no memory of not letting you call it.
I wanted to call it the Army of Drunks Mirthcast.
Yeah. You know what? From now on, it is.
It's the Mirthcast. Talking funny Mirthcast experience.
I pedal backwards on that one. I was mistaken.
You're going to have to smoke the whole carton on that.
That's fine.
Before you can come out of the closet, mister.
No, what is the Russia probe?
The Russia probe, that's right.
What is the sex act known as the Russia probe?
Tires to their banana daiquiri.
Yeah.
That's where you have sex with a Russian lady that you just met, and then your life changes irrevocably forever.
Yeah. You met some really cute redhead girl at an NRA convention.
Oh, it's a
and then you got her as a date to the prayer breakfast, and next thing you know, you're mired in an international scandal.
Yep, and nothing will ever be the same again.
And your butthole's all loose.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Loose in the back there, fella.
Is that where someone's assuring you they're not hacking your butthole, but they actually are hacking your butthole?
While they are hacking your butthole.
Yeah.
What are the WikiLeaks?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is there a pizza involved?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I feel like we're so drunk we're just butchering this bit.
Yeah.
That's from.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this in the year 2024, which, by the way, when...
Thank you. Yeah. We're counting on you.
We're glad you're there.
Yeah, we're so glad you're still there.
Thank you so much.
for continuing the species. Sorry you eat rats. That's probably our fault. You're living off rats. Garbage.
Yeah, we're sorry. We did everything we could.
Yeah,
but
so apparently that was the problem.
Everything just went sideways right around now, and I don't know what's happening.
Did we really do everything we could?
Yeah,
everything we would.
We threw a podcast.
Yeah,
that's we're making content. We're content creators.
Yeah. We may not have done everything we could, but we did do everything we would.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta go.
Buy a car.
I gotta go buy a car.
So you have been listening to the Army of Drunks Talking Funny
Radio Butthole
Mirthcast.
Yeah, we're doing a Mirthcast.
Thank you guys. We love you.
We want to thank our guest Doug Ecks.
Doug Ecks.
Thank you
for having me.
Great. We want to thank Mixmaster Therm for daiquiring us up.
Yeah.
Banana daiquiri is pretty good if you use real bananas.
Yeah. Don't bullshit with the fucking
Frozen
mix. Go throw a couple bananas in there from
Go to
house.
grocery store.
Forget banana
near you.
liqueur. That's the main thing.
They're
no
banana liqueur.
Stay tuned, not for this show, but we will be doing more shows later. And,
Thanks everybody for listening.
And remember,
from hell's heart, we stab at thee.
Good night.
Good night.
Everybody.
You have been listening to the Army of Drunks Talking Funny podcast experience. Hey, go to our website, www.armyofdrunks.net. Check us out on Facebook or, I don't know, just Google us for fuck's sake if you want to talk to us. But hey, we'd like to thank you all for listening. And remember, if you're going to drink and drive, make sure you have a car.